and then we'll, you know, go.
Oh, welcome, y'all. Welcome to me and take a seat. Myself, Big Country. I am your host, Big Country. This is the admin Brookie, y'all. We have two special guests today. We got Penguin and we got Loverboy, man. Last week, um, Real Deal had won the last week's show. Okay, won the last week's show, and we have a very, 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 very good topic to talk about. And we're talking about self desires versus love, right? So this is a very good, interesting topic because a lot of times we want things for ourselves, and you gotta stick around, man, because these men have some gonna have some very.
I'm really sorry.
That's my boy.
But in the end, he wants next week's topic.
I love that dude, man. I got choked up.
260 milli.
Can we
Congratulations.
pause? Oh.
It's fun. Okay, I'm so glad I was recording. Welcome to Men Take a Seat, guys. This is Big Country. He just got a big gift and he just hit his milli, but we're gonna keep going. We
Right,
had an amazing stream last week, and we're going to have another amazing one this week. Can you tell us the topic, please, Country?
Love, self desire versus love. Y'all, I'm super excited though. For real, on a real note, man. I think this is a wake up call for us as a whole, men and women. You know what I mean? Self desires, man, won't get you nowhere when it comes to your partner. You know what I mean? So I really some very good questions, man. These questions was very impactful, man, and you really got to really think. You know what I mean? To even answer these questions. You know what I mean? And then put yourself in the perspective how you really feel. This is what you are, and don't if you struggle with that part in your relationship, let it out. You know what I mean? That's what other people here for, to try to, hey, try to look. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna get through it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm super excited. We got Loverboy here. So whoever my number one gift is of the show is would name the next week's topic. Hey, look, don't sleep on it.
So far it's Ant.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can beat him.
Watch what it's like.
Like I said, we're welcoming. We don't judge other people, and I think Penguin before just being vulnerable, because that takes a lot to do that. Keep the comments going. Ask questions to all the men. At the end, there is a time to ask questions, and I'll try and grab them. Class is an admin in here as well, so hit us up if you know someone. Just let us know. But yeah, come have a good time. Can you guys request the box and we'll ask the first question again?
Let's go.
And remember this bonus.
Let's go. I appreciate that, y'all. Thank you guys so much, man. We in this thing. Let's go. Oh, shoot.
Did you just see that? Bonus.
Yeah. Let's go. All right, y'all.
Right. Do you want me to ask it first?
Is the SP working? Yeah, you turned it on. It's still going.
It says, you can ask that. I can't use that word. What sets apart a selfish desire from a selfless act of love in your relationship? That's the first question.
So, Loverboy, we're always going to start off with you at first and then Penguin. Thank you, guys.
Hey, first of all, I want to say thank you, Big Country, for your patience. Thank everybody for waiting. Had my dad, he had a doctor's appointment, but a little longer than expected. I was tempted to be driving and streaming, go black screen and not say anything, but I said, I'm going to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Country, I want to thank you for just having a big heart and wanting to be there for men, because you're right. There's a reason why men have suicide rates. There's a reason why men have a lot of mental depression, and you're making an impact by talking about this topic. So thank you so much for that.
Man, thank you for your input, man. Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate you, King.
All right.
Okay. First question she threw in the comments, y'all. So if you guys don't hear me say it, Brookie or Class gonna throw the comments inside down in the comments, y'all. And make sure y'all please hit my top 3 gifters of the show. Watch out for them, man, as well. And whoever my #1 gift is of the show will name the next week's topic. So here we are, y'all. Men, take a seat. Okay, y'all ready?
We ready.
I'm ready, man. So what you think about that first question, King? What differentiates?
What differentiates a selfish desire from a selfless act of love in your relationships? Now, I think this is very interesting because what makes the difference between a selfish desire and a selfless desire? You know, there are desires that are selfish. For example, sexual desires are not selfish, but they can be. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So I think what differentiates, that's a great word, selfish desires from a selfless act of love. One, you got to love your partner and you have to think about both of y'all. Because now it's not selfish, it's about you and the other person. If you want to get selfless on the act, you got to not want nothing in return. That means you have no return on investment. If you got nothing from the act of love, but a smile or a token of appreciation, then that's what it is.
Amen.
Because some men will court their wife or their lady. They'll take them on a date. They'll treat them nice, talk nice, try not to argue, rub their back. But at the end of the back in their head, they want sex. They want something from it versus just doing it out the kindness of their heart.
That part.
Yeah.
That part. Penguin. And you piggyback or you have anything you want to add to that?
I mean, he pretty much covered all the bases, which, I mean, I sort of struggle with the selfish part, but, I mean, definitely as long as it's a smile in return, anything like that, I mean, it's definitely not selfish. Like, I feel as if, you know, if I can do this to make you happy, if I can do this to make you benefit, I mean, it's definitely not selfish. But as far as the selfish part itself, you know, more aspect on it, you know, if I'm doing it because it makes me feel good or if I'm doing it because I'm benefit from it, like that's a big difference right there.
See, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, Penguin, as long as it's not at the other person's demise. How you say it? You're not hurting the other person because the other person might not want to do it. Some people, you know, with the sex thing, sometimes the girls, they had a long day and they don't want to. And you're like, no, you have to. Expense. There you go. Thank you. Shout out to Brookie too, man. She be holding it down with the questions and stuff. So it should be mutual. I think it should always be mutual unless that person is willing to do that as a selfless act of love.
I want to change it up a little bit. Now when we talk about relationships, y'all, we don't necessarily have to be a partner. You can have a relationship with a best friend or relationship with your brother, like, you know what I mean? Because you can come have a self-desire for that as well. So now let me just change it up a little bit. What differentiates selfish desires from a selfless act of love? I use the app.
Okay.
If I give someone, and I see a lot of men, you know what I'm saying, give a woman, right? And they give to the point themselves, they feel like they want something out of it, versus just genuinely give someone because you want to see them happy. And then when you realize that woman, they become stalkers. Hey, there's a lot of those, you know what I mean? Because when you realize a woman don't want to give up their goods or their cookies and or whatnot, however you want to look at, however you want to do it, don't want to give it up, then the man become something a man becomes something that we thought he wasn't, which is the self-desire part. He doing it for himself. He don't care. It ain't about it ain't not act of love in a relationship, for as a friendship or whatever the case may be. And like Jay said, he wants something out of it. You get what I'm saying? So like versus just giving someone genuinely. And I see a lot of that on this app when it comes to men.
True.
So it's a lot of that going on, man. And as far as men goes, we need to do better because it's a friend of mine right now left the app because of that. You know what I mean? Because she didn't look at him like that, and she thought he was just a genuine guy, and just I act a love of a relationship, just a friendship, and he became very bad person. All right, let's go with the second question, y'all. So I'm gonna hit you guys with the second question. Um, how can you tell when you're feeling for someone, your feelings for someone are rooted in a personal gratification versus a genuine care for their well-being? That's a very good question.
Now I think look how she write it again. That's that. Hey, shout out to Brookie, man. She wrote it again so we could read it as we're answering. Now here's the thing. Okay, so for example, top badge. Somebody will see a top badge on this app. They'll see a top badge and they will friend you because that was their intentions from the start, is to get clout, was to get recognition, maybe get gifts. Same thing with the VIP badges. You know what I'm saying? When you carry that VIP badge, you gotta be careful because people are gonna see you as a target. You know what I'm saying? Versus just really liking somebody. Like I don't see Big Country with a top badge. I see somebody who's spiritual. I see somebody who's a mentor. I see somebody with a big heart. I see somebody to learn from. And it's a genuine thing. Like, even though I look at this person as a source of information to benefit me, it's not to take him down. You know what I'm saying? It's not to bring him down.
Very good answer.
So, it depends on your intentions. Are you talking to this person because you are genuinely interested in this person for whatever reason? Or are you trying to take something out, to snatch it from them, to steal, to be a bottom feeder? You know what I'm saying? To take stuff.
You have like a selfish one behind messing with somebody.
Ill intent.
Very ill intent. Very ill intent. And that's a very good answer, man. That's a very good answer that you gave. And I couldn't agree more, man. You know what I mean? Like, honestly though, bro, I can't remember the last time I looked at my top badge. Even if I throw it, I won't even look at it, man. And I'm not your regular person. I go see everybody. If I can get to you, I get on. You know what I mean? Like, I go. You know what I'm saying? So like, I try my best. But sometimes when you get bigger than normal, man, you can't accept his best. Is crazy. But at the end of the day, man, hard work, God first. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna put him first before anybody. You know what I'm saying? And this is where we at. So, how do you feel about that answer, Pig?
What's up, Pig? Talk to us.
Very good answer, Loverboy. I mean, it's such a good answer. There's not really much I could add to it, to be honest. I mean, definitely from a personal perspective on the outside of it, like with the Black VIP, I didn't even mean to really get it. But ever since then, like, people have been expecting, oh, you're broke VIP, you know? Like, it's not that I'm broke, it's that I've showed what love capacity I could.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And outside of the app, you could be a businessman. And that's the bad thing about being rich. When you're rich, you got to be careful because people know that you're rich. And if you wasn't rich, they wouldn't talk to you. But because you're rich, they want to talk to you. If you're a woman, you got to be careful because you have womanly items, features that man will try. He will talk to you and play a friend, but deep down, he wants something from you. So, yeah, I think you got to be careful when you meet these people.
And you ask yourself this, y'all. Like I always say it. If the only thing you have to give is friendship, nothing else, who would be there for you? Ask yourself, who would be there for you if the only thing you have is friendship? Now, people would love you just as much as they can use you, right? So when you're a liability, when you no longer need it, they gone. They out of there. You know what I mean? Like you are accessible. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You're a liability. I mean, you're a liability. So it's no value there. You know what I mean? Like, you ran out, you don't need to go to the next person. But like, it's people that are here, man, when they're stuck back when they ain't had nothing, when they didn't, they was, you know what I mean? But I have people that left, people that stayed. You know what's up, y'all? Welcome to Men Take a Seat, y'all. Myself, Big Country. I have Lover Boy Jay in the top box, man. I appreciate you. And I have Penguin in the box, y'all. Thank you guys. Today we're talking about self-desire versus love. You know what I mean? So make sure you guys stick around. Whoever my #1 gift is of the show, y'all, will name the next week's topic. So I appreciate you guys sticking around, being here. Here's the next powerful question. In what ways do selfish desire manifest in your interactions with others? And how can you recognize these patterns? Thank you, Chu.
As far as the selfish desires manifesting.
Yeah, we're gonna start with Lover Boy Jay first. You know what I'm saying? And listen, y'all, if y'all have any questions in the comments, please throw them questions in the comments, because we are going to pick at least 2 questions, maybe 3 questions in the comment. We're gonna hand select pick those questions to see who will be selected to talk about this question coming towards the end. All right, that go our winner for last week, y'all. Appreciate you, real deal. All right, you got that question, Lover Boy?
Yeah. This question is tough for me because I recognized at a young age when I was 17, I used to be a street pharmacist, and I used to sell weed. I'm just gonna put it out there. I mean, it's legal now. And what happened was, when I sold weed, a lot of people, I would have a lot of friends. I was popular because everybody would smoke. Every time somebody would come over, I'd smoke with them, right? And then I decided to quit smoking. And these people who would come over to my house and hang out for 30 minutes into an hour, 2 hours, would only be there for 5 to 10 minutes. So then I realized, oh, these people were only wanting me for this. They didn't care about me because I'm still here. What changed? I'm no longer smoking with these people. So that taught me not to be like a gold digger, you know what I'm saying? Or to be around people for their success. I would actually stay away from people of success because I didn't want to be that person that looked like I was trying to take advantage of these people. But however, when it came to women, I had to realize that through my history, through my past, I noticed a lot of broken hearts. I seen too many girls crying because of my initial intentions for this woman, which I couldn't uphold the wants that she wanted for my wants. And so then I realized, oh man, I'm taking advantage of people. And I think that's why God is so important when it comes to this stuff, because God is a giving God and the devil is a taker. So I think God is a giving, love is giving, selfishness takes. And so yeah, you gotta make sure you gotta do some self-reflecting at the end of the day and think about the relationships, the ones that you had, the ones that you lost, and why did you lose them?
Right.
All right, Penguin. You repeat that, put that question back in the comments for me real quick, y'all. Y'all, appreciate you guys being here, man. Listen, stick around, because if Ant don't name the next week's topic, which I might sneak in his DM and ask what he think about it. I'm not saying Ant is gonna win, because we do have snipers. But if he does, I have a very, very, very good question, very good topic to talk about. All right.
And the question is, all right. Within this question, I feel like, cause see, I sort of have the same background as Lover Boy, but when it came to females, I was very big on manipulation, which it's a bad aspect, but it's good to be able to talk about it. Because within manipulation, I mean, it definitely the pattern that I recognized, I did what I wanted because I wanted to, and I got anybody to do what I want because I wanted it. It was very, very selfish. And I feel like another thing that plays a good part in this would be procrastination. you know, I don't want to do that. I'll do that later or whatever it might be. You know, it's all to my benefit. You know, like I said, if I don't want to do it right now, you know, procrastinate, extend it.
Okay. All right. Good question, man. Good answers, y'all. Y'all, appreciate you guys. Welcome to Man Take a Seat, y'all. Listen, these man has some very good answers, man. Big shout out to Loverboy Jay and Penguin, y'all. And if anybody, you know, any men in here that self-aware don't mind getting in here on this panel to open their feelings up, feel free to hit these admins with a fade, man, or reach out to them because we need more men. You know, you wouldn't realize how hard it is to get men on the show. We have more men that it's just a lot. We have more men that say they will do it and don't do it versus saying they actually doing it. So at least we're in the topic, yo. So here's the next question, y'all. Can love coexist with selfish desires, or do they contract? What the? I can't even see this, Brookie. Hold on.
Can love coexist with selfish desires, or do they contradict each other?
They contradict,
why
yeah.
not? Yeah.
I would love to answer that question, man. If you don't mind, Jay, if you want to talk, I can go after you. But Penguin, I want you to be third on this one, or I can wait. I'll just wait till y'all done, and then I give my input.
Go crazy. Nah, Big Country, Mike is yours. Let's go.
Mike's yours. Go ahead.
Yeah. So oh boy.
I feel that one.
I personally, yes, I'm gonna go with yes. Love can't coexist with selfish desires because I can meet a woman have the same. Just send me the gold digger. I don't want nothing out of it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I ain't planning on being in no relationship. I don't plan none of that. I don't have none of that planned out. No nothing. But she come in for the same thing. Like, try to get what she said. Get. You know what I mean? We have our own selfish desires. You know what I mean? In this situation, and can it coexist with each other? Yes, 100%. Because I can name one. Her name was Kristen Ricky. That was my ex. Boy, let me tell you, man. I'm talking about we stayed at it, but for some odd reason, though, even our self-desire allow us to constantly draw ourselves back to each other because the only thing that I knew. You know what I mean? Like it was all selfish. Like, but she made it where I only want to just for her. You know what I mean? Like it was crazy. Right. Even though it wasn't good intentions for me and she didn't well with me, I just at the end of the day, that's the only thing I knew, man. That's the only thing. Like it was weird, but I really had to get myself out of that situation because it was causing harm to my family. You know what I mean? Having that self-desire, you lose family members behind it because you really don't want to be around your family members. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like being selfish like that with your partner, and we're just talking about relationship-wise, like it happened where I don't even want to be around my family members or I don't want to be, same with her, man. It was just horribly bad, bro. It was just, we didn't have no, and at the end of the day, I don't love you, you don't love me, and we walked away. After everything was done, after all this stuff we did, you know what I'm saying? She moved on, I moved on, and it was just all bad, man. It was all bad. What do shakes we choose topics sometimes? But yeah, that is my thing. It does coexist to me, man. Both people have sexual desire because you can meet a woman right now that's a gold digger, wouldn't even know it. But at the same time, you want to play her at the same time. You know what I mean? But good things come out, dudes, people that go through the struggle together. I promise you that as well. I seen people that don't like each other and then fell in love with each other. Like, let's make this work. But yeah, I pass this on to you, Loverboy, man.
So look, this is how I read this question. I read it. Can you love and do selfish desires at the same time? Yeah, because I think you love the individual. It depends. Which one do you love more? Do you love this individual more, or do you love your selfish desire more? That's how I think of it. If you love your selfish desire more, then you're gonna make your lover feel a certain type of way. You're gonna have to hurt them. But if you love your lover more than your selfish desire, then you're winning. So yeah, I think it does coexist. But obviously you got to be careful with those selfish desires. I think you should figure out how to get those desires met without them being selfish.
Amen.
You heard?
Yeah. To add to that, because I actually looked at it from the opposite perspective, because like a generalized love, yes, I mean, family does it all the time. Now, as far as true love, I feel like they could, but at the same time, they couldn't, because if you're putting your selfish desires first, that's putting your love on a back seat, per se, you know, and after so long of being on the back seat, it's just, all right, look, I don't even want to be here no more.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they could if done right, but if you're just throwing them both in there, you know, trying to make them work, I feel like it's just gonna crash.
Hey, country, is there any way we could get to chat to shout out what they think a selfish desire would be?
Yeah. So what I want to do is like, I want them to give me. They can throw it in there. They can do whatever they want to do. But you guys have any questions based on this? You will be selected. We don't know if it's good questions, y'all. We're only gonna pick 2. So please throw your questions in the comments. How you feel about this question, or if you have a question for Loverboy J, if you have a question for Penguin, please feel free to ask them directly a question, or myself. Yeah, I just think that you know, people want to say something, right? And they try to, in the comments, it's hard for them to get up and speak. But at the end of the show, y'all, I will be definitely accepting y'all questions. You know what I mean? So welcome to Men Take a Seat, man. I'm glad you guys here. Myself, Big Country. We got Loverboy J. We got Penguin. We do this every Friday, every single Friday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys know anybody that would love to be on the show or that will fit, you think that's on the show, feel free to hit myself up, Class or Brookie. Those are the 2 admins. Or even even you know, some of these gentlemen. You know what I mean? Say, hey, I would love to be on Country Show. So yeah, we know how to reach out, man. So thank you. But if they don't have no answer, I do have another question that I do want to hit, because we got 9 minutes left right now. Look like Ant is #1 of the show so far. But I seen people snipe. Okay, I'm gonna just tell you, Ant, if you ain't in here,
So
yeah,
Looks like we're going
Dang.
live. You know, when the
All
pastor, he's like, I know the church is supposed to stop at 1. Can I get 10 more minutes? Please?
Right. 5 more
Hey
minutes.
y'all, so listen, y'all, hit the top 3 gifters with the fave, man. I love these people that's in here, man. Love you guys dearly. Please hit them with the fave. They here, man. They didn't have to, so y'all gratitude goes a long way. Thank you, guys. All right, here's the next question, y'all. How do you believe selfish desire can affect a romantic relationship?
How can
Very good
selfish
question.
desire affect a romantic relationship? Sheesh. It just depends on what those selfish desires are. So I mean, it could be a number of things, man, when it comes to selfish desires. Like for the man, like somebody said, instead of going to church, he gonna stay home and watch the game. You know what I'm saying? Selfish desires are standard, somebody said. So with the woman, what's some selfish desires a woman can have?
I'm gonna just say what I mean by selfish desire affect relationship. For me, like, it's my needs and my wants and how I want it and when I want it. Not even, and I always say, listen, learn to love your partner love language, not yours. Once you do that first, you know what I'm saying? You like that part is no more having that selfish desires, you know what I'm saying? So learn hers, but like being selfish will affect the relationship, because it's me and me only, and how I do it and when I do it. But at the same time, he or she, right? He or she has to say okay, but at the same time they're not happy with it. You know what I mean? So I feel like it does affect the relationship when a person stop being happy. You know, it be the simplest things, man. It be the simplest things. Like, for example, let me tell you what makes you selfish. I go out with my guys all the time, right? And my partner's at home. She cook a meal, wait to the house. I decided I want to stay a little longer out with the guys. I'm desired to stay out with, do the basketball game or the boxing, but at the same time, you know what I mean? She's at home. That affects us big time. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I've been in that situation. I've been in that situation where, you know, my desires for staying out with the guys late, you know what I mean, doing the basketball or kicking it. At the same time, I got a partner at home. You know what I mean? So now I am looking out for myself, not even thinking about her. So
Right.
yeah. But yeah, go ahead, Jay. I feel
Yeah, I believe that
you doing things
you shouldn't
for
have to
others.
force, man. I feel like selfish desires is forcing somebody instead of having the individual do it out of their own way, out of their own kindness. You know what I'm saying? For example, like the church thing, man, that could be both ways. It could be the Super Bowl, and she like, no, it's a big thing going on in church, and both of these people is important. You know what I'm saying? And it's just tough. It's like and love does need, and you need to compromise sometimes, which is what is going to be best for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think selfish desires does affect the relationship 100%.
That part. What'd you say, Penguin?
To follow up with what Jay was talking, I definitely feel like it. I feel like selfish desire. Sorry, hang on.
Yeah.
I feel like selfish desires would destroy a relationship. I mean, it might not be right off the rip, and it very well could be. But after so long, followed up with the comment I said on a previous question. You know, when selfish desires come into play, that puts love on a back seat. And you know, if you're not putting love first, how's love supposed to conquer all if you can't conquer love?
Okay. Good. That's awesome, man. Next question, y'all. So, honest. Oh my God, I just got an idea, man. It said, what role do you think?
Compromise.
Compromise plays a balance of personal desire with the love for for another person?
I feel like this is similar to the last question. What role do you think compromise? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. You have to compromise sometimes. You just got to depend on what you're compromising for and balancing personal desires. Yeah, man. It's two people being with each other. It's like you were once a one-way street, and that person was once a one-way street, and now the streets have came together. It's no longer just one way. It's a two-lane road. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes we force the other person to go our way, and then they try to force us to go that way when we need to be going and no homo, no diddy, but both ways.
That part. Watch the Snipers crazy. I think
they gotta go. Or Fair. Go ahead, country.
Fair. I was just reading what Fair said. Listen, y'all. We have 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left before the snipe.
We have another 20.
We have another 20 minutes?
Yeah, we started late.
Still do that.
Yo, Shay.
Hey, Ant, you got another 20 minutes. All right, Ant. You know what? Stick around, man. Somebody might. You know what I mean? He's so okay, I'm setting time. But no, man, make sure y'all hit the top gifters of the show, man. We got Annie here. We got Jen, Brookie. We got Lover Boy Jay. We got Penguin, man. Make sure you show love to all these beautiful people in here, man. And the people in the comments that come out here to support me, man. Make sure y'all favor each other, man. Welcome to Man Take a Seat. You know what I mean? I appreciate you guys, man. So it said, in times of conflict, how do you evaluate whether your motivation, Sting, from love or from self-interest? These are some good questions.
These are amazing questions.
Some good questions, man. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a scenario. I'm trying to think of scenarios or something that I had to do in my life.
I think what you're trying to say.
So in terms of, when y'all bumping heads, you got another individual, and y'all bumping heads. That's what's going on. There's a conflict. There's a disagreement. Something wrong. There's anger. Y'all mad at each other. When you in that situation, how do you know what you're doing? Is it out of love, or you being selfish, or you just want what you want? Is that Tyler mentality that is my way? Is that what's going on? I think that's what we're asking.
Yes, yeah, 100%.
It just depends. 100%. Yeah. I guess it depends on the bigger. What's the goal? I think without vision?
I think when it comes to like that situation, man, and honestly, I'm gonna tell you how you know if it's selfless or not, or if it's out of love. If it just say me and a partner got into it, say we're gonna use the scenario, right? Conflict, but how you evaluate your motive, what stems to from love or self-interest. So if it hurts me more than it hurt her, that's 100% love. Ain't nothing selfish about that, man. Like I've been times that I feel like if I done something wrong and like, man, I don't care, versus, man, I really hurt her. It really bothered me. Like it hurts me more than it hurt her. You know what I mean? Like it really I feel worse than she does. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or even it gotta be a she, it could be my guy. I can do something that hurt him, you know what I'm saying? Like versus like, oh, I don't care, it is what it is, man. And then sweep it under the rug and call it a day. You know what I mean? So how, that's how I evaluate the conflict. Like I'm wrong. You know what I mean? I'm wrong. I think when you just admit your wrongs, man, that tells a lot about a person. When you 100%. Put your pride down, man, and you can just admit your wrongs and say I'm wrong and I apologize. But now I've seen in situations that when it's self, right? I apologize to a person. Okay, cool, and they still move funny after that.
Right.
That is self.
Right there.
And no self is in that. You know what I mean? Because you still into your flesh, man. You into your flesh, and you constantly and if a person go out their way, apologize, you know what I mean, for what they're doing and they're doing wrong, and then you still feel some type of way, I just think that is wrong as well. So that goes. I ain't mean to twist the plot up a little bit, but that's self versus evaluating. You know what I mean? How you evaluate the situation. So we always.
Hey, country. For me, I'll tell you this. I got some really good friends, man. I got some really good friends, and this is tough for women because I feel like women, they lie too much to each other. They lie. They'll tell you that you're this type of attraction, you're this and that. But men, I think we're a little different. Not all women, not all of y'all. I'm not saying all of y'all, but I think you should have a good friend, an unbiased friend that's gonna tell you what it is. Yeah, you were selfish. Yes, you were wrong, and then explain it to you. And then you gotta go, man, that's deep. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we need an outside source to check us sometime.
Facts, big facts, big facts. What you think, Penguin?
Penguin. Coolest penguin in the world.
I appreciate it. In times of conflict, how do you evaluate
from that dragon?
Stem from love or from self-interest? I mean, definitely. I mean, it goes along with what both of y'all said. I don't really have an input for that one, but to the best of my ability, whether it's stemming from love or from self-interest, I mean, it all basically goes back to, am I going to benefit from it? Like if somebody asks a question, if I throw my answer, am I going to benefit from that? Or, if I'm asked, hey, can we go do something, that's them benefiting. But I'm trying to figure out how to put it into words. It's in my head. I just can't put it out.
Let it
that's
out.
really good, Penguin. Hey, Penguin, I think you that was cool, man.
Yeah, I think that was it, King. That was it.
think that was
Welcome
cool
to
as a
Me and
team.
Take a Seat, y'all. We got, what's our time, Brookie? What is the countdown time? We said 20 minutes. What is the countdown time? Right now, y'all, welcome to Me and Take a Seat. 17 minutes, so we got 8:20. Okay.
How many questions
So
we got
listen,
left?
y'all. We got 17 minutes left. You know what I'm saying? Whoever my number one gift is of the show will name the next week's topic. And listen, you guys go name the topic. Give us, you know what I'm saying, something to us really get in our bag and come up with these questions, man. Because, you know, it takes time for these questions. I appreciate you guys. It says, what role does empathy plays in transforming selfish desires into act of love?
Hey, who? I want to ask who came up with this question because this one right here was deep. Like, what was y'all smoking on for y'all to come up with this question? Because this one of those like questions. You know what I'm saying?
All right, really.
Then one of those.
Yeah.
That's a deep question, man.
What's up, Seth?
What is empathy? How would y'all define empathy?
Empathy is being able to put yourself in their shoes and seeing how your actions would affect them.
Whoa, look, they need to drug me and have big of an impact. If dying, boy, look, I need some drugs to calm me down. I be doing overdose around this bad boy. That's a good question though. Brookie, that's Brookie question.
I think it plays a huge role in everything, bro. That's empathy is the opposite of selfish desires. I think selfish desires is you care more about yourself than this other person. But empathy is now opening up that window and seeing into their feelings. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's huge. But sometimes people know they have empathy and they still want to do what they do. Like they know what's going on with this person and don't care.
But I don't know, but to me, empathy, like, so use me. Like, let's use me for example.
Yeah.
Bro, I broke down and cried for people on the app. Like, they can see it in my face. You know what I'm saying? So,
agreed, Brookie.
I think, and that goes what I'm saying. I think people have very, very bad impact. A lot of people take advantage of those type of people because our language is like learn and look, just so much, man. And then they know they can just give because we giving and giving and giving and giving because we're impact. Like if somebody tell you a story and you know what I mean, just constantly give, but just playing that role, man. Transforming selfish desires to act of love. For me, I'm gonna be honest. It's go back to biblical. God says, you know, love thy brother and thy sister as Christ loved the church. He says, treat your brother and thy sister with the same respect. You know what I mean? And turn one cheek to the other. So for me, I always say, never stop being a good person because of bad people. See, I'm gonna show my fruit. I'm not gonna talk about it. You're gonna see my garden. You can be negative to me, but the next person sees my fruit. They see how I act based how you act. They're gonna say, you know what? Because I can go into a place that's that I can see, use Jay for example. Somebody, he's having empathy to somebody, and that person treating him that way, you know what I mean? Because he's showing his grace and his love and constantly showing it based off what another person's treating him. That fella, like, you know what? Man, that man, even though this person said that to him and he still act this way, oh man, I respect that man more. And it makes you think, like, I need to be more like that, man. I just need to be, and that just turn that selfish to an act of love. Even if it's not your partner, you can affect other people. You know what I'm saying? God doesn't know a person's heart by their fruit of their label. So you continue doing what you're doing, man. It's definitely gonna show others and see others. Like now, we don't know what people going through in here. You know what I mean? They see it. So yeah, welcome to Me and Take a Seat. It says we choose next week's topic. The topic said top gift 820. Let's go. So yeah, what's your answer for that?
I got a question. Go ahead, Penguin. And then if I can answer a question, or we can move on. It's up to y'all.
Yeah, go ahead.
The question is, Penguin, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Penguin.
Oh, you okay. No, I was just gonna throw in an example as far as based off of the question. You know, like the lady, she's always running around doing everything and, you know, always wanting to be hanging out with the kids. Kids always want to play. The dog always wants to play. You know, from that perspective, empathy, you know, hey, you know, I don't want you to lay down because I want you to lay down. I want you to lay down because, you know, I respect you and you deserve to be able to get some rest. You know, if anything here, I'll go play with the kids and you lay down and get you some rest. You know, just throwing empathy in.
I like that. I like that. Now, so let me ask, going off of what Penguin just said. I hear people in the comments. Brookie said she's so empathetic. She attracts selfish people. Country, you said you're empathetic. Now, for somebody that's not empathetic or lacks empathy, how do you? Thank you, I appreciate it. How do you become a more empathetic person? Is that just something you're like born with that?
No.
How does that transform? Where do you get that?
Just the self-care of people. Like they constantly stay on my mind. Like for me, man, I think I always was a caring person for a very long time. I always been this way, but I felt like to me, my journey becoming as empathetic as I am is me in that Bible. You know what I mean? Because God is love, man. He was a very empathetic person. You know what I mean? Like he cares for everyone, cares how they feel. You know what I mean? They passionate behind it. And like the more I read that book, the better person I become. I think and it goes to age too, man. I think when you get older, you know what I mean? Like, man, I cry over Lion King now, boy. I be seeing these movies like, man, golly, older, what's going on? But like, you know what I mean? Like, but then back then, I hear my son now say, you know what? I don't cry in these type of movies. I don't cry in no funeral. I don't cry. And now, man, I watch this. Here's a confession, y'all. I watch this drama thing on the app, and like certain things just get me because I feel it. You know what I mean? Like because I've been through it. You know what I mean? Like I constantly been through it, so it just shows you, man. Like, you know, I'm 46, man. I think you know my walls are a little weak, and I think you guys got to give me strength. You know what I mean? Like, but I think it plays the age as well, man. Yeah.
I get it. Thank you for that. Number 8, we going on to the next country, Big Country.
Yeah, let's go. It says, is my affection conditional? It said, do I express love only when I feel like my desire are being fulfilled?
This is good. This is good for when you have a date night. Let's say you have it's a mandatory date night. Y'all got to do one date once a month, every Friday night. And then sometimes that Friday night come and you don't feel like it. Y'all got in an argument that day. The kids got in trouble. You got something going on. Your car making a weird noise and you still got to go. And when you go, you still got to present yourself in a certain manner. You know what I'm saying? So if you can do that, then the love is unconditional. But most of the time, yeah, a lot of people get upset. A lot of people go through stuff, and then they won't want to meet the other person's needs. And this is one of the interesting things that we're talking about the Bible is when Jesus said, "Love your enemies." You know what I'm saying? Like, how the hell do you love? Is that a cuss word? Hell, my bad.
No, it's definitely not a cuss word. I make hell nervous.
How the hell you supposed to love your enemy when they done did you dirty? They done did you wrong, but you supposed to pray for your enemies. You know what I'm saying? Right. I think that's true love, and I think that's what Jesus did when Jesus was getting crucified to the cross. He said, "Lord, forgive them, for they don't know what they do." You heard?
Yeah, 100%. Pink, if you have anything to say behind that, man, appreciate you for the gift, y'all. We got 8 more minutes left. You know what I'm saying? Ant went to sleep. Ant went to sleep on y'all, so y'all safe.
Not really. I mean, y'all pretty much covered all the bases.
I do want to answer that then if you done, man. It says, is my affection conditional? Yeah. Do I express love when I feel like my desires are being fulfilled, that is selfish like a mug, man. Let me tell you something. Come on, man. Listen, let me tell you something. You know what I hate the most?
What you hate the most?
When I hear a person says, I would give respect when I receive it. Or like, you only gonna respect the person, or I would treat a person the way they treat me. Well,
I'm gonna give them the energy they give me. Yeah. Biblically,
that's the wrong, that's the opposite, man. You do your stuff with actions, bro. Cause listen, if a person gets you out of your bag and you do it the same thing they did, you are no different than them. You're in the same category. Ooh. Same way with the fulfilled part. When this says come conditional and it says I feel like my desire of being fulfilled. Do I have to wait? So this is what I love about women. Okay. A lot of women will go to the pits of hell to get their man.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And bring them back out. That's the type of woman you need in your life. And she ain't gonna wait there for fulfillment. She gonna do her job. When you know your role in a relationship, like agape is unconditional. When you got that filet mignon, you know what I'm saying, that watered down drink, you know what I'm saying? No. You should do express love when I feel like my desires expressed. So you mean that you're gonna wait? Listen, let me tell you something. When you continue to do the things, I appreciate you guys. Continue being, it's so important, man. Continue being that partner and show your man, or he may not catch it right then and there, but he's watching your fruit. Yeah, man. He's watching it. Don't wait until he fulfill yours. And if two stubborn people going, y'all never be fulfilled. Never. You know what I'm saying? Come on, appreciate you, Gil. Yeah, it never worked. And let me tell you, a relationship would not work if you have to put in more work to make it work. I say that all the time. Listen, ladies, I love ladies, man. Man, a lady, boy, Lord Jesus, man, I seen ladies out here. You do them wrong, man, and they still gonna try to make it work, even though they feel the pain and they cover it up. You know what I'm saying? Like they still cover it up, and they still try to make it work.
Just like God.
You guys, men, that's so conditional with pride. Right? We got so conditional with pride. And you gotta wait for fulfillment. I'm gonna wait for them. But when a lady shows how, I'm gonna tell you, be honest, there's some ladies in here, people I've known for a long time, man, have shown me so much how to be a better person because of their fruit. They never stopped doing what they was doing. They showed me so much because of their fruit. Like if I have to wait on fulfillment, wait on for you to fulfill my needs or for my fulfillment, number one, I'm gonna get tired. I don't no longer need it. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, it ain't my part of being here. But like, you got some women out here, man, will continue to do what they doing to show you this is, you know what I'm saying, this is it. You know what I mean? And then us men, we looking like, you know what? That woman right there, man. And that's just insurance. When men need reinsurance, man, let me tell you, men need reinsurance. It will help us become a better person. Continue doing what y'all doing. And you got some women, you got men that will go over and above as well, y'all. You know what I mean? But continue doing what y'all doing. I don't mean to get, sway this question a little bit.
Shout out to the women.
Huh?
Shout out to the women. Yeah, I like what you did there.
Yeah, man.
Love it, boy.
Bro, I 3 years later, true story, y'all. 3 years later, me and my ex broken up, and I became a better person based off our struggles and our past and our breakups, right? So you know what I thought when I got invited? You know the first thing I said? You know how many times I left her at the house on the edge of the bed and I went out with my guys because we got into it? Hey, and I get home at 3, 4 in the morning. Number one, I made it worse. I made it worse. Me going out, right? But then at the same time, she fell asleep. You know what I mean? But she tried to say, you know what? Let me try to make things work. She make a meal, even though she was upset and we got into it. But she said, I'm gonna still take care of this man because that's my man. Let me just make him a meal when he come home and I make things work. But then realize, man, I made it worse. The devil pushed me outside my home. The devil got me outside my home, got me in the club. got me around people that don't understand the life of your partnership. And then at the same time, you know what I did for her 3 years later? I called her one day and asked her for forgiveness. Because I was wrong leaving her house by herself when she was mad and upset. And then we didn't even fix our issues. And she went to bed. And then she went to work. She went to work upset, couldn't even get her job done correctly. Because she's still stuck on last night. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's me being selfish right there, man. So that's how, you know, we deal with situations like that. So I had to pipe down, become a better man. All right, we got 2 minutes left. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Welcome to Men Take a Seat. You know what I'm saying? So how can one effectively communicate personal needs without crossing the line into selfishness?
How can you communicate your needs and not your wants? That's what I'm hearing. You got a difference between needs and wants. What'd you say, Penguin?
I said you definitely got to scale that out between the wants and needs, because that right there, that's key.
What's the deal breakers? Yeah. What's the absolute deal breakers? I think hey man, when somebody love you, man, that's why Big Country was saying what he said. He said, make sure you paying attention to your other person's their love languages, because if you love them, then they're gonna be able to love you back. So I think what you got to do is how you communicate. One, I think that's why sometimes you need an outside source, man. Like for me, sometimes I be wilding, I be tripping, I be 100% wrong, and I talk to a reliable source of information. They be like, no, bro, you know that's wrong, and I go, oh damn, you know what I'm saying? So, but you gotta be sacred with your circle. You can't be saying too much to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
1K. What's 1K?
You definitely gotta watch who you're bringing into your circle, because that can alter a lot of things as well.
We at 820, y'all. Love them even when they aren't showing love you back. We at 820 country. What we doing?
Big shout out to Ant-Man. Congratulations, bro, for being the #1 gift of my show, man. I appreciate you, Brody. You get to name the next week's topic. Now, you know what you can do?
Yeah.
You can name the next week's topic and be on the topic.
Woo!
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, change it up a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying? And also, Ant, I got, you know, if you decided to, you know what you do? I just came up with an idea. You name the next week topic. You decide to be on the topic. Find a person that you would love to be on the show with you. Find another male that you feel like that will fit. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But if not, we already have some people lined up, man. You know what I'm saying? If you choose to. But I appreciate you guys. One thing, I also want to do something different. Hey, Ant, if you could jump in the box real quick. I do want to make a couple of announcements, man. But I appreciate all you guys. Thank my admins class and Brookie and everybody participating, and Jay. We made it work. You know what I'm saying? We made it work, man. You know what I'm saying? We improvised. Thank you guys so much.
That we put in the comments, so we're gonna ask them. You're welcome.
Yeah, what's the question they got?
Don John Rambo said, how do you allow or disallow selfish desires that are thrown at you unfold? How do you allow or disallow selfish desires that are thrown at you unfold?
Very cautious.
Hey man, they gotta be mad sometimes. You can't always be pleasing people. You can't always be a yes man. Sometimes you gotta put your foot down and you gotta explain to them why it's a no.
Right.
What's up, beautiful?
Thank you. Who else got something to say about the question?
You have anything
Penguin
to say for that?
You got something to say? Sorry, Brookie, what'd you say?
I'm just asking if they have anything to say, because I've got one more.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you. No. I'm good. I'm good. I'm straight.
This is from Miss Me. She says, does your mood with each other change your level of selfishness with how you interact with your partner?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start that one off by saying I know it shouldn't, but personally, yes, it affects it.
Hey, Sonny,
that's
what's
why
up?
I'm big on the, don't talk to me while I'm mad. Let me calm down. because once I'm mad, I get selfish. I get rude.
Penguin. You're supposed to be cool as ice, man. What happened?
I mean, I try to, but as I'm pretty sure as Brookie put it in the comments, everybody's got a limit. And me, I'm working on anger management, so it's definitely something big I need to work on.
Hey, Penguin, that's good that you're working on that, man. That's really good. Thank you for being vulnerable.
Yeah, you know, man, bro, listen. I again, I hear people say this all the time, bro. I'm a good person. Would you feel like you're a good person, Penguin?
For the most part, I will say, but I do have very bad moments.
No, but I'm saying overall, do you feel like you're a good person?
Yes.
Now, if a person come at you and get you out your bag and you snap and go off on them, would you still say you're a good person?
I'm a good person, but at that point, it's a good person with bad actions.
No. Your heart not good though.
Oh, true.
Hey, I think it depends on who you comparing it to.
So I'm gonna give you an example. When I hear a person say they're a good person, and somebody gets you out your bag and get you out your element, and you snap on them and go crazy on them, what part is different than them than you?
Nothing.
Right? So what I'm saying is to practice these things when it comes to anger, right?
Don't let your shine get dulled by darkness.
No. Well, the devil definitely is very good at distracting. Okay? That's his motive, that's his MO, that's what he wants you to do. But again, when I hear people, it is very hard in the flesh. When Jay said earlier, it's very hard when love your enemies, man. How can you do that? You know what I mean? People of the world, they can do that. Like they ain't gonna love their enemies.
I'll even personally say that's a struggle. If you're able to do that, hey, props to you. So, if you can love your enemy while they're like actively being your enemy,
bro, listen, you looking at him. You're looking at him. Matter of fact, right now, last week, bro, I was dealing with so much. I got called out, but I got on this bad boy and smiled. You know what I said? My topic said, pray for your enemies. Like, I really do mean that, though. You don't understand how many, and even if somebody say somebody, it's hard to get me out my bag. I'm gonna tell you straight up, it is very hard. Like, I even see people get out their back and protect me, right? They protect me because they love me so much. No, I correct them.
Like, I've known this man since he got on this app, like 4 years or something. I've only seen him get out of his bag, but it was to the point other people were getting so disrespected, and his name was being called out so bad. And he had so many times forgiven, let things go, let them in his stream, let them in his box, and then like they'll even come to him and say, I'm so sorry, I did this wrong, do you forgive me, Next minute they're doing the same thing again and again and again, and I'll be like, stop it. Like, I'll stop being, I'm a really forgiving person, but like I'm super protective. But when that happens, I'm like, stop it, stop allowing these people in your stream. Like, there's so many things in here that he knows, or even I know, that have said about him, and they have no idea he knows.
No idea at all.
Same with me. He's taught me a lot about that. Like, I'm not a very reactive person in some ways, but some things when I come to protect people, he's like, let it go, let it go, let it go.
You got like, to. You interrupt your peace. So do you know how long?
Angry.
I'm sorry, Brooke. Do you know how long Jesus knew Judas was spying on him?
Day one.
Hey, did he change up? He did not change up. Still treated him like Joseph and Simon. No different. He knew this whole time. You know how hard that is? Knowing that somebody wolves in sheep clothing and talk about you behind your back and say this about you, and you still treat them the same way. If I treat Brookie and Jay, you know how hard that is for some, but it's easy for me because you know why? I serve a big God. He told me, man, if you want to see my fruit, Lord, I'm about to show you. The devil ain't winning over here. You know what I'm talking about? So like, bro, I get talked about so much, but at the same time, we was talking about showing your fruit. I'm gonna show this. It is hard. It is very hard, man. And when it comes to anger, bro, listen. One of Brookie's favorite books in that book, one of the favorite books in that Bible. We're gonna talk about Corinthians, right? Love is patient, love is kind, love do not boast, show no wrongdoing. You know what I mean? Like this is where you're gonna get tested at. So when it comes to anger, it says in the Bible the devil will have a foothold on you with your anger, right? So again, bro, be around people that genuinely gonna see you happy when you deal with situations. You know what I mean? And I always say, how can you say you're a good person when you're doing the same thing they're doing to you? That's what I meant earlier, Jay. Like I seen people say they want this and that, and then they see no, they treat the people the same way. Like, you know what I mean? I just don't understand that. I always have a struggle with that. Like, how can you say you want to lead by example, and you say you're a good person, but then when the person gets you out your bag, you decide to act the same way they doing? Foolery, right? So I'm real strong when it comes to that, bro, because I struggle with that. I really do struggle with people saying that, man, lead by example, because they watching you. You know what I mean? That people want to see me fail. But I'm gonna let people know in the world right now, I'm going to fail. It's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna act like I'm perfect. I'm gonna happen. But one thing I said, to get me out my bag, you got a heart. You got a better chance of getting the lottery. I'm not gonna allow you to interrupt my peace. I love people too much. You know what I mean? Like, man, I got people that come in there and just say so much. Like I had a person the other day, yesterday, I told Brooke about it. I was in a Lexus stream, and this particular person said, "Country, unblock me." Right? But about a month ago, she talking about me after she said unblock me the second time.
And this person had went and
So,
actually apologized and asked for forgiveness in the DMs, like big messages. Like the country has done a lot for this person too, like in real life. And it got all turned back, and they get very nasty, and he still forgives. But now it's like, finally, country did blow up once. This is one of those times, but it took so much. And it wasn't even yelling. It was very passionate. When people hear him get loud, he's very passionate, but it was like, no, that's enough. Enough is enough. Like, he does have a point. That's like me. I said before, I have a point with forgiveness and allowing things, like Country was saying, like women will keep doing things, but a lot of us women have a point. Like maybe it'll be that 10th time. That 10th time they're like, I'm done now. And it'll happen. But we can keep
agree.
Oh, look up. Look up. Sorry.
Yo, let's go.
So
Appreciate you, man.
It is the end of the show of Men Take a Seat. We did finish later just because
technical difficulties. Bro.
But please hit Country with a favorite. I know I saw a lot of your comments saying how you love this. It's every week, Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please come and just enjoy the show, learn new things. There's different men every week, different topics every week. If you want to have a recap of the show, it will be uploaded to YouTube, Men Take a Seat on YouTube. But if you would love to be on a show or know anyone that wants to be on the show, please hit myself up. Class is in the comments, or Country, and we'll get you on. Next week we have one spot left, but I'm hoping Ant fills that spot because we have hot chocolate on the show next week.
I was sitting here, but I appreciate the fade. No, man, listen, thank you, man of God. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Hey, listen, bro, I don't know how active you is on the show, but man, we can definitely use men on my show. The show is about to be featured. And it's always I learn from men all the time, man. You can never stop learning. Men empowerment is something we need to embrace. We need to handle that because the way the world is today, us men really need to stick by each other because we're gonna stick by the woman regardless. It's no competitive thing, man. We just really need to embrace men empowerment, man. Like I really, really listen, when I met Jay, right? Man, this brother in Christ right here is truly amazing. We actually talked before, you know what I'm saying, before I even went live. He's the last person I talked to, you know what I mean? And you know, the man going through some stuff with his dad and still managed to make it on the show. You know, I'm like, you know what? Let's pray. You know what I'm saying? Let's pray, man. Like that is brotherhood right there. You feel me? Like that right there is a sign of brotherhood, like men that you genuinely care about each other, man. Like, you know what I mean? You want to see well. And like, it's like, man, it's just amazing. You know what I'm saying? To see men that we can talk to, like Ant, for example. Like it is very hard I can call someone and say, you know, bro, I just needed somebody to talk to. You know what I mean? Like it's easy to talk to a woman, right? Masterpiece the other day. Yeah, Masterpiece talked for 2 hours. 2 hours, man.